Stupid internet.
I think you reconnected fast enough that it didn't unhost you, which is good.
Yeah, thank God. Alright, so anyway, where were we? Something about key scouting reads, I think.
Yeah, I typed it out for you. So you do Lings check the front wall and a 340 to 4 minute Overlord sack.
Okay, that's where I lost you.
I typed out the defense mechanic, which I already told you.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it in text format. But then we're basically ready to go into the next game.
All right.
I was like, load the next game. Okay, you can do the next game. And I was like, oh, he's probably meditating or something.
Nope. Internet shit the bed. Alright, so let's see. Here's the next replay. Give Neuro host. Sweet. I think it's really bad design that they put remove from lobby right next to promote to host in that little drop-down menu.
It's just a little mouse accuracy trainer. Very punishing.
Sorry, I forgot to go to aim booster before my ladder session today.
Oh. Doing the build. Taking a third. I'm not scared of you. Overlord goes in. Please don't be a stalker. Whew, it's an adept. Okay. Getting out of there. Oh, Robo. You scouted with your Lings? You saw it! You saw the Robo. So, quiz. Based on what I told you, what does this mean?
Robo means I have more time to defend.
Yeah. So usually you'll be droning up until your Roach Warren is done, and then you can make roaches in your worker lines and then Lings after that.
Right.
But if it was just more gateways and a bunch of adepts being pooled up there and they just shade across the map, then you would have to make Lings before roaches.
Got it.
This could also, it's rare, but it could be Immortal Sentry for people who don't know that the Ravager was put into the game. And you would do the same thing when you just realize that it's sentries, then you make Ravagers with your roaches.
And that's all off of 2 gas, right?
That motherfucker just canceled their Dark Shrine when your Overlord flew in. And they built it at their natural instead.
That's why I didn't... Because later, he's going to send DTs into my base, and I'm going to be like, where the fuck is his Dark Shrine? I scouted his main, and there wasn't a Dark Shrine. I scouted his ring. I usually do. I think I did. Usually...
I did see them.
There they are. Late.
Alright.
I think 4:30 is the correct time, right?
I just do it at 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
You could do it at 4:30 if you saw bow, I think. But it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have a queen group? You should get a queen group. That's one of the things that's missing in your macro right now. So we'll say ZVP. You have a 4 queen hit squad.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go up to 7 queens. 7 queen defense. It's like the in control thing. I'll put it in the coaching thing. It seems like he's joking, but he's actually serious about the 4 queens can solve all your problems.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine this situation with the prism in the main and then going to the 3rd. If you just did the hatchery thing where it's micro to the worker line,
mm-hmm.
and all your roaches were just evenly split between your bases, and you had 4 queens on the prism. Like, this would look fucking easy. So part of it is knowing how to set yourself up to just be really steady so you don't have to like run back and forth between your bases. Because right now they're taking a lot of advantages of just transferring drones, remaking spores, trying to micro against DT, you wouldn't have to do shit if you just had the...
That fucking warp prism had 1 hit point left. Oh,
God damn.
I'm so salty about that.
Neuro G's.
So when you're making queens, like in ZVP for this kind of situation where you want to go up to 7 queens, are you just constantly producing off of 1 hatchery?
No, basically, I can just show you one of my ZVPs if you want.
Sure.
Because when the prism shit arrived, you had 770 minerals.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been queens.
Right.
So you were spending your larva just fine. It was just the lack of the queens was just your defensive piece to kind of streamline the game.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah. And now the adepts are going to be annoying. And Protoss, they just saturated their 3rd faster, so it doesn't really matter what their composition is. They're just going to have a really strong display round.
Yeah, I don't think attacking here was the smartest decision either.
Yeah, if you're going to do the Lingbane Ravager thing, you should probably wait for Bane speed.
Yeah.
Bane speed and +2 attack.
And we're dead. Yep.
Okay. So, let's see if I have one. Oh, sweet. I have one against DT drop. Pass a host.
Sure thing.
Him.
Excuse me.
Once upon a time. This guy was a former clanmate of mine. My build is very similar to yours.
Mm-hmm.
I took a 16 hatch.
Just barely got it down in time, too, by the looks of it.
Yeah. And I saw it with my Overlord, the probe, go over there, so I just took my 3rd. At the other spot. It's kind of like a potential mind game, because I'll be like, did they take a 3rd? Did they even take a 3rd? It is a little bit further away, so you have to make extra emphasis to creep connect the bases.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of hard, but it's possible. You just need 2 creep tumors. One that's going out from the natural, and one that's going back from the 3rd. You see how I have the queen at the front, and then the links behind it?
Mm-hmm.
Evolution completed.
Okay. Link speed finishes, go scout. And then I sack an Overlord around 340. It's 351, flying
Our
in.
forces are under attack.
Links went to the front, saw gateways.
A new
A lot of times you just don't find stuff, so like this response is kind of all around good. So the lair, the spores, and I'm making queens all through this time.
Mm-hmm.
So one from the 3rd, one from the natural. The lair is being made in the main. So I have 4 live right now, and I'm making 2 more up to 6. Spreading creep. That's pretty straightforward.
So, do you get when you start mining gas again? Do you get your lair before anything else? Before like +1 or anything like that? Okay.
Yeah, because the lair unlocks Overseer. It also unlocks Throat Speed and Hydra. So it's just moving forward with the tech.
Mm. I often find myself in a difficult situation having to decide whether I should spend my gas into lair or if I need to make roaches right now. But I don't have enough gas for both.
Yeah, I don't I don't really think there are very many like common builds where you need to skip lair.
Mm.
I think part of that too is if you have more queens and you're being really attentive with them, then you can solve a lot of problems with the queens, which don't cost gas.
Right.
You see how I just like have roaches in my bases?
Mm-hmm.
They aren't even on a hotkey. I only have 2 lings on my army hotkey. I just have a queen hotkey, and then the roaches, and then I'm taking Overlord speed, and making 4 overlords.
Cool.
Yeah. And then now it looks really easy. I don't have to do shit.
We have met the enemy in combat.
You can just drone.
Has emerged.
Roach speed. Drones.
Yeah, that looks way easier.
Evolution complete.
But then 1 spine per base, it basically makes it clear to leave. Because if you have the 3 roaches and all the spores, and then you move out with everything, and they go attack you, you're fucked.
Right.
So this just makes it nice and clean.
Our forces are under attack.
I'll attach this game to the email thing.
Okay.
Evolution. We have met the enemy. Our base is under attack.
I would say
Ooh, nice night on the warp prism.
the process of killing this guy is a little bit consequential. We can probably jump into more of your games, but
Okay.
I sent it to you.
The
Yeah, the
key-
roach drop.
Forces are under attack.
Roach drop. Yeah. One of the golden truths of NA ladder is that Protoss players do not use camera hotkeys. So the roach drop is a way of saying, "Ha, you should have used camera hotkeys, bitch."
Unacceptable. We have met the enemy in combat.
So many really high-level players have such inefficient mechanics. It boggles my mind how they get so high level with such...
Our forces are
mechanics.
under
Basically,
attack.
it's by attacking or defending, like over-defending, and trying to make it as linear of a match as possible. So if they're attacking, then they can just use their army hotkey and double tap that to get to where they need to.
Right.
And if they're turtling, then same thing. They can just screen drag. And like a Velo, he'll have like shit tons of missile turrets in his base, like way more than you would need, just so he doesn't have to go there and look at it.
Okay, so I have one more ZVP, or we could jump into some ZVTs.
I think we have enough ZVP stuff for you to work on.
Okay. You want to pass me lead?
No, you have to wrestle it from me.
1v1 me. Okay, but I'm just gonna die. This is kind of a weird game. He's very aggressive at denying Overlord vision. So I spend most of the game playing pretty blind.
Can use Lings to scout. Or Overseer.
It's something I need to be more proactive about.
Oh. Is he gonna... You know, on this map,
Game paused.
these are safe spots. This little fan vent fucking spinning thing, that's safe.
Oh, is
And
it?
if you hold position, yeah, they have to fly their barracks if they want to kill that. So on this map, usually what I'll do is I'll fly forward to see what their setup is, and if there's a Marine, I'll just fly back to one of those and hold position.
Okay, because I started to fly my Overlord back to one of those, and I thought, oh, no, there's no way that's high ground. There's no way.
Yeah, it is pretty low, but it counts. We'll take it.
Yeah. That's a crucial bit of information.
Yeah. CVT section, Proxima Station, first Overlord, 2, and back to safe.
So, I get a read here that he has 111, which can kind of go either way, right? Like, he could either go bio or mech off of this.
Yeah.
Then right after that, he drops a factory, and I totally missed that. So I stay on Lingbane Muta when I could have gone for something that was a little more solid.
Yeah, so the first Overlord getting killed, like, that fucked you up. If you have the leftover lings like this, take an objective, like breaking these rocks advances your ability to take the back left base, or breaking these rocks. Well, you can still use them to defend if the Hellions come in.
Okay.
Another one would be just send, we'll say, 4-ling scout initially, and then after defending Hellion, take objective by breaking rocks and scouting with 4-lings again. Yeah, so one of the themes that's emerging for the games you've shown for both ZVP and ZVT is using lings more, not just as a fighting unit, but a scouting unit.
Okay.
That'll help you a lot. Oh my god. That was so close. Oh no. Whew. Safe.
Almost
so
8 Delta Mine shots.
See a factory. Take an Overlord speed. It's not the end of the world, like, if you go for these melee upgrades. Their build is kind of confusing. There's a Marine. There's a Medivac with, what, mines in it? Okay, so basically here you see the tank, you see the Thor, you see the gases of the third, it's mech. I like to drop the Infestation Pit, just because that's what Avila complains about. But you could also do Roach Hydra Viper. Part of the reason I prefer Swarmhost over Roach Hydra Viper is because it only takes one building to basically delay their pushes for long enough that you can get to Broodlord. And then that's a really great way to beat them up.
That makes sense. I have a hard time dealing with these Raven harass too.
Yeah, basically what you do is it's kind of like the Roach defense, is you just have like 6 lings, 6 lings, 6 lings.
Okay.
Because you have enough lings to defend it. And you have enough creep that if Hellions were to drive in, your lings could go deal with that.
Right. And this is the part where I'm like, oh fuck, I'm probably dead.
Yep. Making Mutas against Thor, so you're dead. You think of Swarmhost as the Mutas against mech. Basically, Thors have been buffed so much that Mutas are no longer that viable against mech. Like, one Thor could deflect 15 Mutas worth of pressure if they repair it. So the Swarmhost is a way to not only kind of postpone their ground pushing pressure, but also put pressure on them. And this is an amazing Swarmhost map. You just go over here, send the Locust into their base.
Cheeky.
But the key is 8-minute Overseer Scout. You could do that in ZVP and ZVT, so I'm gonna put this in red bold text. Nice.
Ready for the next one?
Get it. And I'm gonna put the recent game against Avila in the email as well.
Oh, is that the one you shared with a Skype group?
Yes.
Okay, I already have that one.
Okay. Then I won't send it to you. I gotta save you hard drive space. Pass me the leader.
Right. Work to lobby host. Can you still stop Mutalisk, which spread... Oh, you mean Magic Box? You can, but you're not going to Magic Box Mutas against 6 Thors. I don't think.
That's too expensive. If you think about the ratio of, like, Mutalisk per cost versus Thor per cost, they can just do a direct frontal push. Either you die or you base race and die slowly. Whereas if you spend all that same amount of money into Swarmhost, they can't move out.
Right.
Because they need to make enough Hellbats to basically get maxed.
Yeah, because a Thor is basically two mutas, but two mutas can't fight a Thor.
Would you say 20 mutas can't fight a Thor?
Yeah.
So you stayed on gas this time.
Yeah, it's something something I've been trying lately because my ZVT's been awful anyway, so why not try something different and see if it works? So the game plan is if I see a second barracks, like they're going for 2-1-1, I drop a Baneling Nest after the third and do a 4-minute Ling Bane bust, which is usually pretty successful. Otherwise, I get double upgrades.
So, Mass Hellion. Is there an armory in their plan?
I think there must be at some point, but I don't drop it till later.
Hellion Banshee. Okay. Mass Queens.
I don't know why I'm not making queens.
There was a period in your play, I think it was when you were Master before, that you just spam tons of queens every game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped doing that. I think it stopped working for a while, and I decided to try something different.
Yeah. It's because Agile retired. Rip.
I saw him last night on Guitar Cheese's chat.
Nice.
Yeah, but I just fall over dead here.
Yeah. So basically, if we went back to when you first saw the Hellions, if you, let's say, made a couple standing Banes, like 5, then they wouldn't be able to just charge forward and attack you, and you could make more points before you trade.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then imagine this 900, 1,000 minerals in queens. Like, you just pull the queens from your main and your natural, bind them with your queen group, and then make queens from all your hatches. You'd be pretty much fine.
Yeah, I think...
Queens attack.
I think if I just started, making queens with the extra money I have after I spend my larva, I'd probably be in a better spot in both matchups. Because I have, a decent drone count. I'm spending my larva pretty well, but I still have a ton of money. Well, right up till now.
Yeah. So you have the upgrade lead, the tech lead, the worker lead, and they have the composition advantage. It's not even that big of an army, it's just really good against wings.
I think maybe I took too many advantages at once that game.
Yeah.
These next two are more standard ZVTs. I'm not actually sure I even lost these games, but there's probably still some useful information in them.
Let's do it.
What's up, Horizon Shield? We're doing some coaching with Neuro.
Brr, 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 brr. Okay. Okay. These are all things we've seen before. Barracks, Reaper, Expand, F gas pool, Ling speed, 2 queens, 4 lings. Incredible. First Overlord, I like scouting to confirm that they have a base and then flying right here. It's a little safe pedestal.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's gonna die! Fuck!
Yep.
Okay. Fixing the first Overlord pathing, I think, is gonna help.
Yeah, in the old map pool, you could almost always get away with that, like flying the Overlord to check the ramp and then pulling it away. But you can't do that on some of these new maps, and I'm still kind of doing that out of habit.
Yeah.
Or because I'm bad. You know, take your pick.
Maybe a mixture. So you go Lair Bane Nest immediately on. Go, Lair Bane Nest. Boom. Lair Bane Nest. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm still working on tightening up my timings on that.
I like going Bane Nest and then Lair,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because the early Hellbat timings. And if it was a single Banshee, a Spore would save you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So say take Bane Nest in there. Next 150 pass. After 1-1. Wicked. 2-2. Your upgrades are on point. 72 drones. Jesus Christ. Queens. Oh, you're making queen. Oh, yeah, you're making queens. You can make more queens, but you are making queens. Back row hatch. All right. It's looking good. Where's your... Oh, you got a Spire, too.
Yeah, I think it looks like I was pretty on point this game. But I remember this opponent being a pretty tough nut to crack. I can't remember for sure if I won or lost this one, though.
Yeah. 5-minute spores against Terran has helped me a lot.
Okay.
It's just for, like, the multi-prong over the course of the game, and, like, if one Liberator came over here, like, how big of a pain in the ass that would be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put, like, one spore on this edge, one spore kind of in the back of the main by your Spire,
Mm-hmm.
and then one spore on the left side of the third. And then one spore here, the fourth base, so they don't elevator on this ramp.
Right. I discovered that they can actually wedge themselves pretty far back in this corner of the main, and if they have Liberator range, they can hit your drone line and without being hit by queens or spores, which is pretty annoying.
God. Oh.
I'm glad most Terrans aren't smart enough to figure that out.
Yeah. Oh, got him. Mutas. 82 drones. Mutas.
Got a little penisy there.
Yeah. Mutas. Oh, you're stuck. Oh, there you go. Okay, you got your fifth base. Your position here is incredible, other than the supply block. Infestation Pit? Ling Bane? God. You've got all the things. This is the dream. You've got Creep Spread.
And then the game gets really hard for a couple minutes here. This area right here is really hard to engage Terran in.
Yeah, well, one of the things to consider is your drone count. Jesus fuck, that's a lot of mutas. Hang on. 26 mutas. Alright, so let's talk about decision making and game plan for ZVT. Because your situation is fantastic, but it's a situation that's very easy to misplay.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say if you go to 80 drones, you are defending, leaving. So by droning this much, you have elected to be the defender until ultra, pretty much. With you can do counterattacks. We'll say 20 lane counters into Terran, Nat, or third. You can do Muta harass if Muta count passes 14. So we'll say Muta flock purposes 10 to 12 is like drop defense only. 14 is like semi-offense, killing medivacs and mines. Right, and we'll say 15 plus is sitting on production. Because if you're going over to fight their 2 Liberator 11 Widow Meme army, the 26 Muta is like that's gonna be really bad. I mean, sometimes it goes well, but I feel like it goes bad more often than it goes well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a huge piece of value that can die to 2 units.
Right.
Oh my god. Oh.
I feel like I'm getting too ambitious with my Ling Bane engagements.
Yeah, you don't need to go off creep. So that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about. If you go to 80 drones, you are defending with Ling Bane on creep. That bad fight you took was like right here off creep.
Mm-hmm.
There was no clear objective of like what you were trying to kill. You were just fighting with their army in an unfavorable spot when you could just pull back a little bit and take a favorable fight on creep.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to do something like really all-in-ish, then you could do maybe 70, like 60 to 70 drones of a Ling Bane Muta max out.
Mm-hmm.
But by going to 80, you're saying, I'm in it for the long haul, I'm going to get into ultras and kill you.
Right. Which is generally my game plan against this type of army. Again, with the engaging off creep. At least this time I had the sense to pull back before all my shit was dead.
Ultra Cavern, 3-3. Adrenal Lens. Oh, no. I just have the units lost tab open here. Kind of tells the story.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that is painful.
Ouch.
Painful to look at. Why did you let me look at that?
Just imagine 20 lings here at any point in the game. At any point. 20 lings in their third base or at their natural. That's a way of like using your advantage and extending it rather than you're kind of taking the all your Aggies in one basket approach, which they just put Widow Mines in your basket. It's shitty. This basket is for eggs, not Widow Mines. Oh, this map. Oh, they killed all your overseers with the Widow memes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They just got a bunch of my mutas too. I start remaking them, which is a stupid decision.
Corruptors. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, I think I did win this game.
Yeah, that's the power of 3-3. GG.
That was a really close game, though. Like, that, I could have lost that game at half a dozen different points. Easily.
Yeah, that's a good win to have covered in coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's plenty to cover.
And I've got one last ZVT to go over.
Good.
Waiting on you to hit the OK button.
I'm just slow as fuck.
That's okay.
Jesus fuck the mirrors.
What can I say? I like mutas. If you could still get away with winning games with like just by massing like 60 mutas, I would totally do that.
Oh. The Overlord canceling.
Yep.
You're a larva behind.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the right decision to cancel the Overlord or if I should have just let it finish.
I mean, you could punch a monitor or... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, ideally you would just never do that.
Right.
But I think I let it finish. I haven't done the math. It's just hard for me because it's like the Overlord, it could see so much.
Yeah.
Exactly. Are you gonna bring abortion into the CBT? Is that what it's come to? Okay, so you've got the spore, just in case. Okay. Oh, you killed the Reaper. We're squared. Okay, you've got your double Evo. I think the accidental spore should go in the main.
In the main?
Yeah. Because the center base is usually the safest. Usually.
Right.
Not always.
I think I wasn't really thinking of actually how I was going to use the spore at the time. It was mostly like, fuck, I let this finish, and it's where I want to put my Evos. I'm going to move it.
Yeah. So the first 4 lings did not go to scout in the front to see if it's bio, but kind of you're just ready for 2-1-1 anyway. That's
It's usually a pretty good default to assume.
yeah.
And I had vision of he has his 2 barracks, starport, and factory, so I had a pretty good idea what was coming.
Yeah. Okay. Ah, shit. Spore in the main. Called it.
Right?
Okay, so now you have lings in both places.
Mm-hmm.
You have queens. Now you can drone. Droning up. Yep, you're droning up. You're making queens. Macro hatch. Transferring drones around. Alright, things are coming together.
And then I just fall over and die. Psionic Baneling's ready to go.
Damn it. Yeah, so basically, I would say when the 3rd medivac comes in and you clean that up and you drone, the more you should think about making some banes. So I think 5 to 8 is a good number for like if they surprise you and just move out across the map. Ideally, you would see it coming and you can make it, but to make your life easier, like 5 to 8 banelings is a good steady amount. I feel like one thing that you can do if you have like really crisp macro is you make the 30 lings and the 4 to 5 queens to defend the first 2 medivacs.
Right.
You make 1 inject cycle of drones, and then you make another cycle of lings. And that other cycle of lings can kind of go in the middle of your base, or you can just put it in the main. And then if you need to defend like 3 medivacs in one place, you can just F2 and do that.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That's what I did, but it was just too late. I didn't have my army together and just kind of died horribly.
So, yeah, the main themes for you in general, the 4 ling scouting in both of those matchups, probably in ZVZ too, really, just thinking of 4 lings as a really crucial part of StarCraft.
Mm-hmm. Just poking at the front.
Yeah, I think that stuff with the mutaflock sizes and purposes is going to help too. 5-minute spores against Terran make your life easier. 8-minute overseer scout, you can do that in both matchups. But I'll go ahead and zing you this. So you have 30 lings, 4 to 5 queens, for 2-1-1, then drone, click next inject, then lings again, prep for 3/4 medivac. 5 to 8 safety tickets. Sweet. Okay, boom. Check your email. See if I actually sent it to the right one.
If not, somebody is going to be really confused. Which email did you send it to? The Kessnots Zerg? Yep, I see it. Never mind.
Sweet.
All right.
Nice. Well, I would say if you put into practice half of these things, you would just bump into Masters like straight away.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think one of the nice things about these two matchups is there's quite a bit of overlap, so you could probably still ladder if you find a player to play against. That would make it a bit easier. But yeah, go get them.
Awesome. Thanks.
Have good games. Have a good stream.
Thank you. Hope you feel better.
Me too. I'm getting there.
Keep fighting.
Keep fighting.